Hello everybody. This is going to be a movement tutorial for Unreal Tournament 4. In the current state it is in the pre-alpha as of June, I think it's the June 6th, 2018. Been about a year since the game has been updated. But I'm pretty sure the original movement tutorials were made back in 2014. So this should probably be a good refresher for anyone who's new to the game or to anyone who's having trouble with the movement in general. So, as you guys can probably see, there is a keyboard overlay on my screen, so you'll be able to keep track of what I'm pressing at which moment and kind of get a better understanding of what I'm doing. So the most important mechanic, I would say, when it comes to movement in Unreal Tournament 4 would be the dodge, which is like this. You just press escape, click this cogwheel, and then go to control settings, and then go to movement. And then this will basically give you everything you need to customize how you want to move in the game. So here's one that says enable single movement key tap wall dodge. So what that means is if I turn this on and I come up to this wall, I jump up on it, and you see how I jumped alongside it, and then I pressed A, it automatically dodges me off the wall in the direction of like a single tap movement key when I'm next to a wall, and I'll do an automatic wall dodge. Now, some people probably like this. I personally do not like it. It sometimes screws me up when I'm trying to, like, basically all I want to dodge with is my shift key. That's all I want to dodge with. And so it's basically just personal preference. Like if you feel comfortable, like whenever you're riding up against a wall, pressing the adjacent movement key to dodge off of it, then go ahead and enable that. But my personal preference is to have it disabled, so that's how I'm going to keep it. Single tap wall dodge only after jump. See, that would be used in combination with this first one. So you'll only do that single tap wall dodge after you do a jump, which some people might like. I've just gotten used to just jumping and then immediately pressing shift off of something, because you don't actually have to use the movement key to point a specific direction. It'll just do the opposite if you don't apply a directional key. But say if I were to hold A and W while I dodge off this wall right here, then I come off this way, while as if I dodge off of it and then just hit it again to do a wall dodge, it'll bring me more over here. It also depends on your mouse placement. So if you like dodge it like that, oh no, see it more like that, you turn your mouse once you hit the wall, or a second after, and then you hit the dodge button. But yeah, use that control if you would like to use this and only do it after a jump. That might be helpful. So that means that after a dodge, you wouldn't be able to press the movement key and dodge off of it. If that is something that annoys you, if you would like that first setting in the movement tab. So single tap wall dodge hold time. This is basically the amount of time. So if I enable this again, it'll take 0.3 seconds after I press the A key to actually, oh wait, no, I press shift. See how it takes like a moment? See, I'll shift off it, which is quick, and then if I use the movement key, you notice how there's a little bit of a delay. That is the delay time for this first setting. So you can like probably have that at 0 to have it like a shift, but like I said, I don't like having that on. If you do, then just experiment with that and see how long you would like that to hold for. Double click time, or dodge double click time, is only applicable if you have this enabled, which is double tap dodge. So double tap dodge is where you double tap a movement key and you dodge in that direction. You can also do it while you're holding other directional keys, so you can do something like that. Or you can just as easily use shift to do the same thing. Now, a lot of old school players use this double tap movement key just because that was the standard in UT99, I'm pretty sure. As well as UT 2004 maybe, I'm not sure about that one though. Personally, it really hurts me, especially when I'm trying to strafe, because if I hit a movement key twice when I'm trying to strafe, then it'll just dodge me off. So say it was always happening right here on Meltdown, where I was strafing as I was coming out and I'd accidentally double tap to dodge and I'd dodge off the edge. I had no idea how to turn it off until I found that, and it has helped me ever since. So yeah, if you're having problems with that, turn it off. If you prefer it, turn it on. It's basically up to you. And that's what's really nice about it, is that there's a lot of customization that goes into it, and you don't have to move like everyone else. You can have your own set of settings that you would like to have the best movement experience. So I do not like double tap dodge. I'm gonna turn that off. And then crouch button will trigger slide if moving. This is pretty self-explanatory, and I have it on. Reason for that is because I don't want to dedicate a key just to sliding, and I'm only gonna slide if I'm moving anyways. This might be helpful for when you're right in front of a cap point, say on blitz, and instead of sliding you accidentally crouch in front of the goal. That's happened to me quite a few times, unfortunately. I still kind of deal with it though. I like only having one button for both crouching and sliding, because, I mean, it's pretty helpful. I don't know. Definitely up to you though. So, as far as where these are positioned, or where the dodge button is positioned, I guess. So my crouch button is left control, so whenever I hit left control, I either slide or I crouch depending on if I'm moving or not. And I have shift set to dodge. So if I come in here again, you can change your crouch button, whatever you'd like. You can also have a dedicated slide button if you don't want to have this on. Or you could have this on and a dedicated slide button, you know? Sky's the limit, basically. You can have it both ways. Additionally, with the double tap dodge and the single tap dodge, you can have both. I personally prefer only having one though. And then your one tap dodge button set to whatever you'd like. I prefer shift. Some people prefer alt, or maybe even space. That'd probably work. Some people use V. Completely up to you. So once you have that configured to what you'd like, then it's all up to practice from there. Real quick, I went over wall dodges a little bit, but I'll explain kind of how to do it. You want to dodge into a wall and then dodge off of a wall. Like that. And see how I kind of move my mouse with it? You don't exactly have to do that. See, I kind of left my mouse still there. But it's kind of good to get into the habit of it, because you can control your direction. Like, see how I held D right there when I came off that wall, and then I turned my mouse that way additionally, and that made me go basically horizontal from that wall. Like this. And you can control it to where you can dodge wherever you'd like when you dodge off a wall. Additionally when you dodge, but I mean, this gives you a lot more distance than just doing a singular dodge would. And that's why this is one of the most important parts of the game, is just wall dodges. Whenever you're seeing a wall, just dodge off it, you know, or jump on it and then dodge off of it. It gives you, jumping and then dodging off the wall also gives you more distance than just doing a regular dodge. You can also wait a second before you dodge. Like, you can You don't have to do it at the apex of your dodge. You can kind of wait until you lower a bit. So I'll show that here. See, I was kind of already starting to lower, but I was still able to dodge. As long as you're touching and you're off the ground of this wall, then you're able to dodge off of it, and you want to use that to your advantage. Whatever movement key you use adjacent to it, like if I was pressing W when I did it, I move kind of in this direction, but if I was holding, say, W and A, come off, sorry about that, I come off this way, but if I only hold D, then I come off this way. So there's a lot of different directions you can move with your keys in addition to a wall jump. The next movement mechanic we're going to talk about is wall running. Now, to wall run, you have to hold space while you're running along a wall. So if I just hold space, I'm just going to make it as simple as possible at first. So we're just going to hold W and then hold space. And you see how I jumped and then I kind of glid across the wall. Now, we want to use the movement mechanics that we learned before to aid this. So we're going to try to dodge into the wall and wall run along it. So we'll do that right now. Oops. I slid onto there. There we go. So you see, right after I perform the dodge, I hold space, and that keeps me glued onto the wall, basically. As you're coming on the edge of the wall run, you can press the dodge key once again. Make sure you're holding space the whole time. That's what usually people forget. It's just to hold space. And once you're at the edge of the wall, you can either just press dodge, or you can let go of space and press dodge. Usually let go right before, just to get the timing right. It kind of gives me a little cue as to when to let go. Yeah, a very good movement mechanic. And you just like look at the keys I'm pressing when I do it. Is to just dodge into the wall and then wall run on it and then dodge off of it, because that gives you so much more speed than a person that's just going to be dodging forward this whole time. We'll do that one more time. And then that leads us to our next thing, which is dodging and then sliding. To do that, all I do is dodge in a direction and hold my crouch button. I don't even think you have, no, you don't have to hold it. All you have to do is press it. But make sure while you're in the air, in your mid-dodge, you're holding down your directional key into which direction you want to slide. So we'll do an example here. If I dodge and then I hold control, and I don't hold any directional keys when I hit control, or as I'm in the dodge, then it will just make me crouch. So you want to have your directional keys going somewhere when you do a dodge slide. Now also, as before, you can dodge, wall run, then dodge off. After you do that dodge off, you can also slide. So you dodge off and then you slide right here. And that will give you even more distance than to just, dodge across. You kind of notice how I'm moving my mouse when I'm dodging like this. I have no idea why this is a thing. I think it gives you more momentum, but I'm not completely sure on that. I just see a lot of high-level players using this strategy, just moving their mouse in the direction they're going, like kind of cocking it back a little bit and then shooting it forward the direction they're going. Again, have no idea if it helps or not, but it feels like you get farther with it, so yeah, just keep that in mind. So a good way to practice like all these movement mechanics is to just find a wall and keep going until you have that perfect, see, I just screwed up right there, I just crouched, until you have that perfect, like, like that. Because once you're at that point, then you can just like start dodging off of everything, you can just see this railing, or you see this wall right here, and you can slide into that, jump at, you're just flying everywhere, compared to if you were just dodging. probably took me an extra 2 or 3 seconds. It doesn't really seem like much, but when it comes to a game like Unreal Tournament, then those extra 2 or 3 seconds can really help you out. So now that we have, you know, slides, dodges, and wall runs down, then just kind of use them in combination. Like, say you're right here, and you want to get this 50 armor. I learned this from Broken Onion, by the way, just in case it says anything. I'm sure it would. Say I want to get this armor, instead of coming around and picking up like that, instead I can come up on this wall, jump on it, and then dodge off of it. Do that again, jumping and then dodging, and then you either hit this or you hit this little ridge right here and you can jump up. And that is a quicker way to get to the 50 armor here on Meltdown. There's a lot of little things like that. Like, say you want to get here really fast from vents. You just dodge off this wall right here, if I could. But I'm not that good at that. You can also, you know, dodge off of slopes. This one is actually fairly hard to get a hang of, just because of all these, I don't know, angles right here, I'm pretty sure. Like, it is pretty difficult to come up here, like, 100% of the time. You have to gain a pretty significant height on it, and then you have to dodge off that wall. There we go. That wasn't even that significant of a height, but it's like, I don't know. It's a real bitch to get. You shouldn't rely on it. You definitely should not rely on going up there. You should just take the long way. Anyways, this is a good jump to practice. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling too hot right now, so I can't do it very well. Goodness. There we go. Well, I dodged. You're supposed to land right there. It honestly is all about the angle at which you hit it at, and then how you maneuver yourself once you've hit the dodge. But mostly about the angle. See, you have to hit basically the corner, but you have to keep looking at it, which is hard. Yes, it's very, very annoying. I'll cut to when I actually fucking get it. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, that's how you do it. And then, fuck. You can also, once you're on here, you can dodge off of here and land over here. Which is even more difficult than that, in my opinion. Yeah, it is a real pain to get consistently. There are certain players, such as JR, that are very, very good at doing it. Some easier things to work on if you're having trouble with these is to dodge from here to here, or from here to here. These are both easier to perform than the other ones, but these are a lot more advantageous, just because you can get from vents to caves in a fraction of the time. So yeah, this one is probably the easiest to get onto here, or you can just do a lift, jump, or dodge, which I guess I haven't gone over yet. When you approach a lift, you can either dodge off of it, or you can jump off of it. I'll show you right now. That was a dodge. You probably see I hit shift right there. And I also hit held W when I hit shift, so that I actually made it. Some people have trouble with this just because of the timing of it. For me, I personally use the sound cue. So right before I hear it hit that, you know, plunk at the top of it, you know, at this level, that's when I dodge. Right before I hear that sound, that ending sound right there, right in the middle, before it goes doom, you know, that sound right there. So right before I hear that sound, I dodge off of it. Also, different lifts in the game have different speeds and different altitudes, so you know, it'll depend on how far you go up. That was a lift jump. This isn't that powerful of a lift, so I'm not going that far up in the air. But there's some lifts that'll make you go 2 to 3 times that height. You can also come up here, which is a pretty cool spot. Not many people use. Pretty helpful for like, let's see, maybe like right here, and for checkpoint especially. But checkpoint is a death zone anyways, so it's not even worth mentioning that. If I know that there's a wall behind me, then I can still dodge off it. So, yeah. You don't have to necessarily like see the wall. You can just like, you know, as long as you know you're touching it, you can dodge off it. I think that's it for this movement tutorial. Make sure to drop a comment if you have any questions. I am more than happy to answer any of them, and maybe even like show you in game, since I mean, not that many people play this game anyway, so I mean, I don't really mind showing people if they're having any troubles. So thank you very much for watching, and give me any suggestions that you'd like for a future video in the comments as well. I'd be willing to make more tutorials if you guys are interested, or just general UT4 videos. So thanks for watching.